Paul Goulet, welcome to KnowingGod.net, and we're following up on that big decision you made not too long ago. You pushed a button, you prayed a prayer. We've been talking about what happened. Jesus came in because you received Him, right? And then He's starting to fill you with His Spirit, and you're born of the Spirit. You're a new person, right? And then we found out a little bit about who Jesus was. Who is this Jesus? Well, He claimed to be the Son of God. He claimed to be the only way to the Father. He claimed to be the one that knocked on the door of your life and you let Him in. That's a big, big deal. Then we talked about walking in the Spirit, that as He fills you with His Spirit, you begin to make better decisions for your life. Remember, most of the time it's going to be through thoughts. He's going to talk to you right there. Now today I want to end with the fact that He gives us something called the sword of the Spirit, which is the Bible. I know when I first prayed that prayer, I didn't believe in the Bible. I was in university. I was studying philosophy and psychology. I was not a Bible believer. And my brother actually sent me the biggest Bible. I mean, it was this big. It was an old Jerusalem Bible. Sent it to me. He says, Paul, read this. I started reading it. And at first I thought, well, okay, I know it's just a historical document, not very accurate. Didn't think it was the Word of God or the sword of the Spirit at all. And I'll tell you what, I'll never forget, I held it the first day and I said, Lord, I don't really believe this is a true manuscript. I was really kind of full of myself. I said, but listen, I'm going to read it, and if this is from you, let me know. I am not exaggerating. Within 1 week, I went from not believing it at all to literally believing it was the Word of God for my life. I read the Bible every day. I study it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You always find new things. And the Bible actually says some interesting about itself. It says the Word of God is living and active and sharper than a double-edged sword, able to divide between body, soul, and spirit. See, the Bible is so powerful. It's living. It's not just a book. I dare you, pick it up. Start reading in the book of John. The book of John is in the New Testament. So remember, John, there's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the four Gospels, which are basically four different views of the same story. So in other words, four people that saw things differently, saw the life of Christ differently. Then you go into the book of Acts. That's after Jesus went to heaven so He could all fill us with His Spirit, like you were. Now, the book of Acts talks about what happened afterwards to these Christians, these people that had also received the same Spirit that you and I received. What happened to them? Then the other ones are, of course, the letters, and then finally the book of Revelations, where John, the apostle, had a revelation about the future. Powerful stuff. So don't start in Genesis, probably get over your head really fast. Start in the book of John and start reading through John. And I'm telling you, when you read it, you'll be convinced, like I was, that this truly is the Word of God. And I want to tell you, whenever I had questions, I'd go back to the Bible. If I want to find something about I looked in something called a concordance, which is at the end. You look under words like fear. And I found out, fear not, for I'm with you. Be not dismayed, for I'm your God. I learned how to overcome fear by the Bible. And then I wanted to know more about Jesus. Is He truly the Son of God? And I went and found that out, that everything was created by Him and through Him. I'm thinking, wow, that freaked me out. So the Bible started answering all the hundreds of questions that I had. I had a friend the other day that prayed this type of prayer. And he met with me at the coffee shop, and you wouldn't believe the questions he had, because he started in Genesis. And he said, well, how could God use these people that were so messed up? And first of all, I said, well, go to the New Testament. That's going to help you. And then go back later. And then I said, because God's good at using people that are messed up, because He begins to fix us. Hey, listen, I hope this helps you today, because we're going step by step now that you pushed that button and prayed that prayer. It's a long journey ahead of you. Don't be afraid to come to church with us. You say, but I live in China or I live in Europe. That's okay. Go to iclv.com and you can join our church online. And we have all kinds of free tools and resources to help you grow in your faith in Jesus Christ and how to change the world with us. I love you guys. What a pleasure to be with you. KnowingGod.net. See you next time.